Ah, that sounds good. My daughter's making some lunch. Let's see. We're doing good. Doing good on time here. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Summer Meyers and I'm a homeschool mom of almost 6 kids. Guys, it is the 14th when this airs and this is the week, maybe, if I can get a place in the hospital, this is the week that I will have 6 children. So if you want to see updates on when baby Myers will arrive, check out my Instagram channel. I'll have it linked down below. Today is an easy, simple video. I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about and I thought, you know what, homeschool supplies. We're gonna talk about homeschool supplies today. These are some things that I have bought over the years that are my favorite homeschool things. In fact, I issued myself a challenge when I created this list. I said, if I were on a deserted island and I needed to homeschool and all I had was my homeschool books and my children, what would I take? Because that's what we would be doing on a deserted island. We would be homeschooling, not, you know, trying to get off the deserted island. And I narrowed it down to 5 things. And I've got a list. You know what we would do if we were on a deserted island? We would build a raft and that would be homeschool because that would absolutely count. Surviving deserted islandness. We need to build a raft, children. It's time to do some engineering, as it were. Where's our kiwi crate? That's what we would do. I'm gonna go through my things. And I'm just gonna preface this by saying a lot of them are categories and they're kind of grouped together, and that's a little bit of me cheating, but I don't care. I'm not gonna care. I'm not gonna care. I'm gonna tell you about our pencil sharpener. So this might seem like a super lame thing. In fact, if we were on a deserted island, it wouldn't work because we wouldn't have electricity, but this pencil sharpener I had when I was in elementary school. That's how long this pencil sharpener has lasted. It is still going strong for, how old am I? That's not important. We're not going to talk about that. It's been going strong for at least the 10 years that we have been in this house and homeschooling, right? This is the X-Acto pencil sharpener. I could not find the exact model on Amazon, but I did have a link to a comparable one. But having a really good pencil sharpener, I'm talking way too long about pencil sharpeners. Having a really good pencil sharpener is something that is a must. Please, mamas, do not just use the little handheld ones. Those are so frustrating and they make such a mess. Get yourself a good electric hand pencil sharpener that your kids can run over and sharpen 1,000,001 pencils. And the reason why it is so nice is because I love I'm gonna get this brand name wrong. Let me look it up on my phone because this is the best pencil and they don't come sharpened, which is a huge fault, but I'm willing to overlook. Why didn't they just call it a normal pencil? Ticonderoga pencils? I mean, you guys all know what kind of pencil I'm talking about. It's the yellow one with the green box. It's the best pencil, fight me. I love the eraser. I love how long it lasts. The lead is nice and strong. I buy a nice big pack every year and then I sharpen all of them and then they all go missing and then I sharpen another box and then we go from there. Those are the best pencils. This I'm categorizing as one thing, so maybe that's a little bit of cheating, but a good pencil sharpener, Ticonderoga, whatever, just tiki brown, whatever, and a good white eraser. My girls really love these cute little Japanese erasers. This is something from my childhood, actually, with the little faces. I'll link those down below. They're really, really cute, and you can easily replace the eraser once it gets lost because, you know, that happens. Second item. If I was on a deserted island, I would require scissors and glue. Okay, those are 2 things. But the number 1 craft supplies that we use on a daily basis are literally a pair of children's scissors and glue. And we go through so much glue. Wet Elmer's glue, stick glue. I buy it in bulk every year because we use it every single day. And the other thing that I love about scissors is they're building up those fine motor skills and you need a bunch. Just 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair. No, mama, you need at least 10 pairs. I have so many pairs of those little kid scissors, partly for my preschool class and partly just because it's so nice to just have a bunch of pairs of scissors that all of my kids can work with. Item group number 3, a whiteboard. So whiteboard is my favorite thing. I don't need a huge ginormous whiteboard. I don't need a chalkboard. Just a little thing that can sit on our table and just write out a few math problems, diagram a sentence. It is the easiest thing and quickly illustrates ideas across to my children, especially my visual learners. And we go through so many whiteboard markers. My kids love whiteboard markers, and my toddler will literally just sit and color on the whiteboard, and that's all he needs. That's like all he needs to be very satisfied with life. He just needs a whiteboard and whiteboard markers. And so there's a couple that I love. I'll link those down below too. They're the ones that have an eraser on the top end, and so when we go on road trips, it's so easy because you just have a little whiteboard eraser that you can use. Highly recommend whiteboards. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a tip. This is a very special secret tip. I do not buy note cards. I don't buy note cards, guys. You know, the little note cards that you write the cute little vocabulary words and the definition on the back, or you make your own flashcard. I don't buy them. Don't buy them. That's a waste of trees. I print out so much stuff, and so often I don't use all of that stuff. So what do? I make scrap paper. Tons and tons of scrap paper, and it is the easiest thing to grab that. I use them for bookmarks. I use them for checklists. I use them for, what else do I use them for? Anytime we have new vocabulary words or spelling words, I write them down on individual scrap paper, and it makes me feel better because I'm not just throwing away all this paper, and it's so easy to make. So rather than buying note cards or special cards that are, in pretty squares, use scrap paper, just paper that you have printed off, and cut it out and pop it somewhere that you can easily grab. On the flip side, I do love Post-it notes. I very much love my Post-it notes. I love the colors, I love the different sizes and whatever. In fact, I'll link up below how I plan and schedule my kids out, because it's all involved with Post-it notes. Easiest way to plan out a schedule multiple children, let me tell you. But I like how it's so easy to keep track. I use them as bookmarks because they don't fall out. So Post-it notes and scrap paper. That's all you need, mama. And the last thing, the big drum roll last thing, number 5, would be a globe, a world globe. Now, the one that we got at Costco for, I don't even think it was 20 bucks, guys. I think it might have been 15. And I see them kind of around the beginning of the school year, because I know I've seen them a couple of years in a row. Globes can be expensive, but you got to keep your eye out for them. Look at homeschool consignment stores, check out garage sales, thrift stores, whatever. A globe is absolutely a big part of our homeschool. Anytime we're doing any kind of a history lesson, science lesson even, we bring out our globe and we check it out, and it gives them a real sense of where things are. A map is good. We have a nice big atlas, a nice big visual atlas back here. Do you guys want to see my atlas?
Do you want to see this? I scored this for like $5.
So I bought that atlas, I don't know how many, maybe like a year or two ago, and we rarely get it out. I was so excited about it. I was like, look, you can see, and it's all pretty and whatever. And it's so big and it's very nice, but I get our globe. Our globe is so easy to carry, and it's so easy to give context, and quite frankly, it gives you an easier understanding of the actual size of things, because when you spread it out, your map is not what it's supposed to look like, because it's on a sphere, right? So you actually end up adding more ocean, and Greenland is like ginormous. It's not a thing, guys. So a globe, I feel, is pretty necessary for a homeschool. Pretty necessary. So those are the things that I have bought for my homeschool, and that I continue to buy over and over again every year. Now, this seems like a lame list. It is. It's a lame list. And what's more, honestly, so I'm really sorry. This is not meant to be clickbait. However, I wanted to illustrate a point. As April and May and June come along, we are going to be going out into the world and buying the things that are going to make our children genius. They are going to be so smart. The truth of the matter is, buying all the books, buying all the craft supplies, buying all the subscription boxes and all of those things, that is not going to all of a sudden download a huge amount of information into your children's brain that's going to make them academically succeed for the rest of their life. And this is not to poo-poo all of, the hard work that moms do in researching and gathering and understanding. My point with this video is that you can homeschool with very, very little. You do not need all the things. This is by far a very cut down list of things that I love. There are other things that I really enjoy and like, but I know are going to be obsolete in a year because my children would have moved on to something else. And is it worth spending the money? Well, maybe, I don't know. You really don't need much to homeschool. I was talking to a mom the other day and she said, I would love to homeschool, except it costs so much to homeschool. Everything you need to get, it's debilitating. It's so much cheaper to send my kids to school. And I thought about that and I thought, when I was sending my kids to school, I'm pretty sure it was really expensive with the fundraising and supporting teachers and my time, and it was not cheap by any means. And I looked at her and I said, but there's so many free resources out there, and there's so many things that you don't have to buy. In fact, you shouldn't have to buy 1,000,000 puzzles or board books or, a lot of that is superfluous, and it makes us feel good and makes us feel secure. But ultimately, our children absorb so much by just going about and living their daily lives. You do not need to spend all of the money. You do not need to buy all of the things in order to be a successful homeschool parent. Just those pencils that have a really bizarre name, that's what you need. That's all you need. But this is what I have found to be useful in our homeschool room. I hope this was helpful. If it was, like, subscribe, and tell me some homeschool supplies that are the bare necessity, mama. Things that you use every single day that you cannot live without. Not just the really cool thing that has magnets. I would love to hear about it. Take it easy, everybody. Bye.